Morning world. Welcome to Thursday, 15th of February. It's a bit like deja vu, isn't it? Unfortunately, I've had to cut quite a lot of this video again and add some soundtracks, mainly because my Rode radio mic is playing up and it's crackling like mad. You're going to hear the odd crackle in this video. I've cut most of it out, but yeah, that's the reason why the video's formats have changed a little bit, and I've had to add music to it because the crackle was driving me mad. They really are a bit mucky this time. A lot muckier than I like. So we'll have a bit extra out. Yeah, not the end of the world, and that is one of the downsides with a skid steer. If you're pushing some up quite hard and he digs, it will dig, so yeah, that's all right. I'll scratch a bit more off there as well, yeah, but when we bring the fresh chip back in, that'll be covered back over, so not a real problem. It's just I wanted to leave an inch or two of the old chip on the floor just as a sponge. Alright, you lot, you can come back through. Well done. Go on, out you go. Out you go. Out you go. Come on, move it. Shift drawers. And you. You want to play? You want to play with the rake? Yeah. Probably not. Excuse me. Everything's a bit skippy and all right, you heard my voice, so you just have to come back in. Which is another one to chuck out. Where's 107? Wakey, wakey. Come on. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Wake up. No, don't hide in there. Come on. Go on, Mum. Go on, up you go. Go on. Come on, you idle little chap. Up you get. Come on, up you go. Oh, I don't want to get up, Mum. Go on, out you go. Go on. Go on, out you go. And you, go on, out you go. And you, go on. You little devil, go on. Get out. You're not awake yet, are you? Go on. Out you go. Go on, out you go. And you. Go on. Out you go. And you too. And you. Go on. No. Out. You little devil. There is always one. Go on. Out. Go on. Out you go. Go on. No, out. Out. Go on, you. Get back in there. That was a blooming palaver, wasn't it? Still, as calves get older, that does get easier. As for the K-rake, well, it just means I've got one or two cows in there, 172 and 119. They're both, 172 is the worst. She is quite calf proud. And if I actually touched her calf to try and move it, there is a reasonable chance she would get quite annoyed about that. So the rake just gives me an extension of the arm. It's sharp enough on the end that if I touch their ankles with it, it encourages them to go forward, but flexible enough and blunt enough, it won't actually do any harm. It also means, because it's a fan rake, if a calf starts to turn, I can put it in front of its face, gives it something to look at, it's more likely to turn back. It's a bit like a pig board, but it's a long-handled one with a plastic end. So, yeah, K-rake. It works. Hooligans. So, I see you finished your salt block. So, I did wonder if it was the salt block keeping them a bit loose because they were tucking into it fairish. Right, they're all right in here for a minute. Let's sort the cows out. That's the most important. this thing with your knees. I wonder how long that's going to stay there. I've just hung the bucket up on that gate and they're already at it. You can't help it, can you? It's just got to be licked and chewed. If I leave it there, well, it'll be on the floor within the hour. It's destroyed. They got it on the floor. Now what they're going to try and do is drag it through the gate. So let's just put it. Oh bugger! I can't reach it. You pass that to me, please. Yeah, there. I can't be asked to get over the gate, and there's mesh on there, so I can't put my foot on it to lever myself over. Anyway, we're nearly done in here. Just chuck some fresh straw in the calving pen. The bottom pen is going to have to be cleaned out because that's where all our reactors were yesterday before they left. So that has to be cleaned right out and disinfected. But as long as I got one clean pen for a minute, I'm struggling a bit today. Everything seems hard work, and I'm so hot. I know. I should take this off. Yeah, you got plenty. You're all right today and tomorrow. They're okay. It is only the calves to do. And we're on 1% battery, so hopefully I shouted at them in time and he's all right. Oh yeah, he's okay. I heard this squawking, which I recognised as a pheasant, and looked over in the garden, and there's the two collies. They trapped cock pheasant in that corner. He's over there now. Hopefully he's okay. He might actually go through the hedge, but he's lost a few feathers. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Are you all right, mate? Hey, are you all right? Let's have a look at you. Let's have a look at you. Let's have a look at you. Just give me your feet. Just want to have a look at you. I think he's okay. You're right, a bit traumatised. That's okay. They've had him. Yeah. A little bit of blood there, but I don't think it's anything too serious. I think that's all. So we can let you go, mate. Go and find some girlies, yeah? All right, okay. Okay, all right. Legs are okay. You can go. Go on, mate. Don't run back in the garden. That's it. Off you go. Ta-da. Yeah, he did lose a few, but I think he'd be all right. I would have probably caught him earlier, but I actually decided before I had my cup of tea, I would actually give the last of that straw to the calves. It's not really very thick layer. It's not enough, but I wanted to let them back through, and it's enough for today. Just not today and tomorrow. Coffee. Right, not that I want to be seen to be big-headed or blowing my own trumpet too much. The only problem these days when you get to my age, if you don't blow your own, nobody else blows it for you. The guys have been in the barn for, what time they start? Half past? About an hour and a half, trying to get a little piece of wood chip out that was stuck under the feed roller on the chipper. And they know it's in there, but they couldn't get it out there. So they came out and said to me, look, we can't get it out. Got the springs off, got all the tension springs off, we've got everything we've done, but we can't get this bit of wood chip out, which basically what it means is the two rollers have to kind of mesh together as they go around, and it just pulls material into the chipper. And so there was a gap, only about 3/4 of an inch, because this piece of wood was stuck under the roller. So I went down there and I said, you do know that if I get this thing out within 30 seconds, I'm going to rib you guys. Yeah. So anyway, I got in and had a look, found the bit of wood chip, or wood, in there, and I said, well, what have you been using? I said, well, I've been using these long nose pliers. And I said, well, they're too long, we can't get them in there. So they gave me a pair of old mole grips that were completely knackered. I said, well, I gotta go. No, they were. I said, do you want a pair of short bull nose pliers? We haven't got any. Well, we have. I know we've got some. We've got 2 or 3 pairs about. Couldn't find any. Right. So I went to my Land Rover, which, bearing in mind, they've had, for the past 3 days, they've had my Land Rover. Went to my Land Rover and got my toolkit out of my Land Rover and took out a pair of short bullnose pliers and had that bit of wood chip out of there in about, I think it was about 5 minutes. Took me to work it out, to actually catch hold of it and grab it and work out how to get it out. So, but apparently that's okay, because I had the tools to get it out and they didn't. They didn't have access to the pliers that were in my Land Rover that they've been driving for the last 3 days. Just saying. All right, so I was blowing my own trumpet a little bit, but it's a case of sometimes you just got to think your way out of a problem. There's a problem. There's usually a cure for the problem. And if you've been trying something for an hour and it's not working, then obviously it's not working. You've got to try something new. So then they go, bloody hell. Right, so we have got to go there, and then there, and then there. Right, I'm off looking at tree work this afternoon. All the cattle are sorted out. Everybody's, I've just been there and looked at them. They're all happy and quiet and led down and chewing the cud, and no one's looking terribly imminent, although in saying that, someone will have a calf by the time I get back. But yeah, I've got an hour or two now away from the farm to go and look at tree work, so I'll come back when I get back.